Hey everybody, ronarray here, and I covered Expedition Farm in one of my previous videos. However, in the patch 0.5.2, GG buffed Expedition, making it more appealing as farming strategy. Now, we also know much more about the island Rumours, so it is possible to get stones of profit by targeting Expedition-specific loots, such as Aldur Saga, which currently goes about 23 divines per each. So in this video, I will be covering how to identify good rumors, which expedition to invest into, and how to maximize your profit from logbooks that you are doing. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more farm strategy breakdowns, and let's go. So first off, let's talk about the whole expedition setup and how you can farm it efficiently. First off, you will need to get the Jado with Eastern Knowledge bonus for Verisium Remnants rerolls, getting their own cats, Throw Seekers is kinda alright too, and don't forget the Untold Histories just to get chances for lineage supports, because we're going to fight some bosses and expeditions which can drop expensive lineage supports too. After it, you also will need to buy sagas, so Varana Saga, Oroth Saga, Uthred and Medved. I'm going to cover the Aldur Saga a little later in that video, but at the moment just buying all those 4 sagas is mandatory for proper farming. And you will also need to get expedition logbooks, because every time when you're clicking on the icon right here, you can get a particular zone, and rumors are going to help you identify what kind of maps are going to be in those zones. So every time when you're clicking, you're going to get the zone, and based on rumors, you can predict what's going to be in there. So the best rumors at the moment that we are searching for is Fallen Stars. Fallen Stars is going to guarantee the map, the unique map in the zone, which is going to drop you Aldur Saga after you just cover all possible parts of the remnants on that map. So there's also a cool trick how you can search for that better. So when you're opening your expedition map and checking for rumors, for example, right here we have It's Dry, Wild and Something Fishing. When you activate in different sagas, at least one rumor is changing, or they're just moving positions. So for example, for Varanas we have Wild, Dry, Fishing. For Oroth we have Wild, Sulphid, Dry. As you can see, now we have added Sulphid. So one disappeared, Sulphid come in. That way, I recommend you to check all possible icons on your map with different sagas. So first off, like you're checking all of them with Varanas, searching for Fallen Star. For example, right here I have Star Drinker, it's very good too. And check all of them until you will be sure there's no Fallen Stars at yours. After that, check all with Oroth Saga and check all with Uthred and Medved. So if you don't have Fallen Star in any variations like that, you just need to keep going forward, opening the new zones, and you will need to keep rechecking all new zones that appearing with the sagas that you have, like first with Varanas, then with Oroth, Uthred and Medved. However, most of the time when you're just moving forward, you will need to use only one saga, which is providing the boss. Most of the time it's going to be like Oroth Saga, just because the boss is better, it has like better chances to drop stuff. So when you're moving forward, if you are unable to find Fallen Stars, just move forward with Oroth Saga and fight the boss with Jado, hoping for the lineage support. If it's too expensive for you at the moment, you can just keep running like Varanas, for example, but keep moving forward. Don't forget to check all the new zones under all influences of all sagas, because there's a chance that some of them is going to guarantee Fallen Stars for you. So when you're joining your basic expedition map, the main point is to identify as fast as possible either a single good rune combination or all of them just pretty bad for you. So for example, you're quickly checking most of them, if there's nothing good, you can just skip it. But right here, for example, I have a divine, so I'm probably just going to focus on get there as fast as possible. Try not to spend additional time in your basic expedition maps if they don't have rewards. I still recommend to take currency pylons like that, making those maps as fast as possible, and not spending additional time there is going to multiply your profit. So make sure you're not staying there for long, you're just taking best currency like divines, or if there's absolutely nothing good, you can just place close to the detonator, click detonator, and exit immediately after the map is finished. So some of the maps in the open zone is going to be normal maps and not expedition maps. Expedition maps look like that, and as you can see the icon is a little different, and right here that is a normal map. For a normal map you can just run normal Waystone again with Delirium tablet to get some simulacrum splinters at the end and get a little more profit in the process. So if you want to do the expedition in the normal maps too, make sure you're picking the zones with those little blue pillars. So right here I have one, as you can see, and I can get like 2 of them. They have a higher chance of dropping something very nice and basic, such as logbooks for you. So right here, as you can see, I got 3, and most of the time doing expedition in the maps is not necessary, but feel free to do so, especially if you have some on the way. Chances for logbooks are higher from those, but they're still not guaranteed, obviously, so most of the time you will probably need to just buy logbooks to continue your expedition efforts. So now let's talk a little more about other useful rumors except the fallen stars that we are looking for. So first off, there's Star Drinker. Star Drinker is going to guarantee the way to fight Uthred for practically free. So if you have a Star Drinker, just spend the logbook and you will have the Uthred fight. So as I'm clicking, for example, you can see right here, I have the Uthred fight with the boss. So Uthred has a pretty nice potential drop, so even if it's RNG, I still recommend to go for Star Drinker every time. If you don't have Star Drinker and you don't have any other good bonuses, I recommend to go for Sulfit. Sulfit at the moment is pretty nice, it's going to give you a map with like a rarity improvement, and Sulfit is my pick of choice if nothing else is available. So just use any Saga, perfectly Uthred Saga again, and for that you can just keep going Sulfit, 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 Sulfit. If you don't have any other option, you can practically go for anything else too, but most of the time I'm trying to pursue Sulfit, I'm trying to pursue Fallen Stars and Star Drinker most of the time. But a very important part right here is to make that process as fast as possible, because your profit is directly connected to how fast you can run through all those maps, reach the end of the zone, and move to another one while checking it under all the sagas with the chance to get the Fallen Stars option. Considering that Fallen Stars at the moment guaranteeing Aldur Saga, which is 25 divines, you can practically find only one in like 1.5, maybe even 2 hours, and you're still easily going to have a pretty decent profit per hour. Just make sure to run the maps as fast as possible. So now let's talk about Aldur Saga. At the moment, Aldur Saga is a pretty big gamble. It costs 25 divines and going to give you various modifiers, so it might be good and it might pay for itself, or you can lose currency on it. Most of the time, if you're unsure, I don't really recommend running Aldur Sagas, just proceeding forward, checking your rumors, doing basic expeditions as fast as possible, killing bosses, most of them should be Olroth, hoping for the gem, and just selling Aldur Sagas that you're dropping in the process is going to be significantly more profitable for you. However, if you want to use Aldur Sagas, there's a pretty big rumor that it's working the best between the zones when you have open ocean, so for example right here or right here. So if you still want to use it, make sure you're using it in zones like that. Right now I'm going to activate it right there. So with the Olroth Saga, when it's disappearing, you will get unique bonuses and might make your currency back. So as you can see, we have like Verisium Remnant in area, we have 7 rune slots. Right here we have Verisium Remnants, at least 5 rune slots. And right here we have an Olroth boss. So most of the time that Baron Auto Atoll should make some money back, but keep in mind that it's always a very big gamble, even if you're doing it very correctly and as good as possible. And the last cool trick that you can use to make sure you're just moving through your maps faster. When you're not farming the bosses or expedition maps in general, you can swap to Doriani to get hidden patterns, 10% chance when completing a map to make a nearby map accessible. It might give you a chance to just jump through one or even two maps and finish the zone as fast as possible, speeding up your whole progression through the expedition and improving your amount of currency per hour. Just don't forget to swap back to Jado when you're doing expedition maps or when you are doing bosses. So I hope that video will help you out while maximizing your profit from expedition. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Ronarray out.